Is there money to be made? No dawdle. Temporary setback. Let's not waste time with pleasantries. Always keep your eye on the prize.
State your intention. I have traveled far
I
darker
will lead
paths.
us to fortune. Rise to the top, or get left in the dust. I always keep my options open.
Sins hidden in the heart turn all to decay.
Miscalculations are for commoners. I don't make mistakes. I make profitable learning experience.
I woke up with a feeling of wonder, as if a field
I know how to take risks. I always have a backup plan.
Don't waste my time.
Fate and fortune favor the bold.
The Emperor sets my path.
I will lead us to fortune.
Join me in prayer.
I have a nose for profit and a taste for adventure. Is there money to be made? Your arrogance will be your downfall.
Crush them!
Work for a flesh crafter.
I'll do it.
I am a navigator, not a servitor. Me? If you insist, Lord Captain. If I may.
Cleanses the body.
It's my art. You will pay an even greater price.
I must. Thank you.
I'll see to it personally. I'll make it happen. Your end was inevitable. On it. Another enemy down.
It's better to hunt alone than with you.
Here's my perfect moment. I'll see to it personally. Your end was inevitable.
I'll show you the real pain.
It's as good as done. I'll make it happen. On it. Who, if not me?
High momentum.
Injured. I'm enraged.
Slow and painful is the way. Don't distract me. I will mark my path with ruin! It is handled. Oblivion approaches. With grace and malice. A euphoria of anguish! I'm done playing with you. I yearn for agony. Behold. It's nothing.
High momentum.
As the Emperor commands, I act.
Watch it, you rusty, stinking sons of
Rouses
trolls!
the weak.
Get the
the
offer! Get your sight or you're mine!
In thy light I stand, and thy light I crave. Faith without deeds is worthless. I'll do it.
See how the wolf succeeds! None can do this better than a wolf!
Duty demands. Me? If you insist, Lord Captain. Do not dare ask. I'm not accustomed to being ordered around.
I'll see to it personally.
Let us raise our cups at Vater, in honor of deeds accomplished and in expectation of those yet to come. This is the name given on Fenris to a pack father, a commander or captain. An Edvater answers to a Jarl, the commander of a great company. Since you are the one who commands your crew, and I follow you at present, I am granting you the honored title of Edvater. Be worthy of it, and see that you do not disgrace this glorious rank. I have had a few thoughts on that score, but don't try to pry them out of me. When the time comes, I will share them with you. Why do you think? What are you suggesting? Do you think that being a prisoner has corrupted me and sown within me a foul yearning for flesh? Do not provoke the wolf. Do Do you know of the implant called the Omophagia? It is one of the blessings the All-Father granted to his Astartes. Nerve nodes that connect the stomach walls and the spinal cord allow me to absorb information from the genetic code of the flesh I consume. I have slain many Xenos and feasted on their flesh. My captors have watched me do it and taken glee in it, while I have been gathering information and planning my escape. Not everyone is granted the right to ask such questions, but you, I shall allow it. What do you want to know about the Astartes from the glorious Fenris? Vilca Fenrica. That is our name in the old tongue of our world. We are the fiercest of the All-Father's warriors. His executioners. His retribution. Our fearless Wolf King is Laman Russ, son of the All-Father. Our world is Fenris, and our home the Fang, which rises from the world's spine into orbit. We are the thunder in the bloody storm of battle that calls to us. That is who we are. But there is more to our spirit than grim destruction alone. In the Hall of Heroes, we hold feasts the likes of which you will see nowhere else. To thundering laughter, we raise our horns, tell our sagas, and honor our glorious fallen. Though the body of an Astartes is built to be immune to the effects of drink, we invented a way around this taboo. The mead we brew can overcome even our blood. It makes us drunk, and makes our feasts jovial occasions. Mead. You can brew it nowhere else but on good old Fenris. No other world is home to such poisonous plants. Fenris is home. A harsh land of harsh winters and harsh people. When comes the Hell Winter, a fearsome season of frosts, the merciless world sea freezes, and great white bears, snow wyrms, and ice trolls go on the hunt. Then, the murderous frost retreats, and boats of harpooners sail out to ply their craft, capturing sea snakes and krakens. And then comes the season of fire. Volcanoes awaken. Waves wash over whole islands, and only the land of Asaheim offers salvation to those whose blood and grit win them the right to live upon it. Clan fights clan. Crows circle over battlefields, and wolf howls rise up to the sky. That is my beloved home. There is no place in the universe like it. Tell me, Edfator, what is the most fearsome foe on Fenris? An answer carried on the wings of the Raven of Wisdom. We know much of the terror of betrayal. Know now the name of the most terrible of all traitors. The curse of the Wolfen is the most fearsome and most terrible foe on Fenris. In the heart of every brother, there lives a dark beast, bloody and forever ravenous. He hungers to kill, not for glory or duty, or his battle brothers, but solely for the sake of killing. For he who falls to that dark beast, there is no joy or thrill in slaughter. There is but dull rancor. Our gene seed is unique. Lehman Ross blessed us with the Canis Helix, a genetic gift that heightens our senses, making them sharper than those of brothers from other chapters. The Canis Helix kindles a bloodthirst in our hearts and changes our appearance to resemble the lethal wolves of Fenris. The wolves do not take orders from outsiders. We keep the old ways, not the Codex Astartes. We fight in packs, and we are trained and healed by our wise rune and wolf priests. We do not find honor in adorning ourselves in laurels, but instead etch the full names of our fallen kin as a promise of vengeance, and draw strength from that promise. We believe in the great wolves, in the deadly Blackmane and fierce Drakan the Thunderwolf, in redoubtable Hagar the Mountain Wolf, and in the Bloodied Hunter, in the wolf that stalks between stars, who follows us wherever we may go, and in the uncanny two-headed Mordkai, guard of the realm of the dead. Only the great wolves show us their favor. The others are more malign, but each teaches us a lesson. For that, we praise and honor them. The All-Father is not a god. He is the best of all humans, our perfect forebear. His blood flowed through the veins of Lehman Ross, and Ross's blood flows in me. Does that make me a god? My respect for him has no end, and I am ready to die for him. But what place does faith have here? Is the All-Father like the massive Iron Wolf, whose every tuft of fur forms a mountain on the surface of Fenris? Or is he as enormous as the Sun Wolf, which rises to hunt every morning and fills our world with light? The All-Father is not a god, but the highest of humanity. Ordinary humans struggle to grasp this, but we, his warriors and offspring, remember the truth. It makes his deeds all the more glorious. Battling gods is child's play when you yourself are a god. But if you are a man... now, that is the stuff that sagas are made of. Lakan the Ruined Wolf once shared the mysteries of the healing potions and the secrets of magic sagas. He taught them to see the past and future in throne runes, to call down storms, and to carve powerful talismans. Ulfar Redmane. That is what my brothers call me. Do you? And there I was, about to round off my story with a short 400-verse saga about the gifts of Lakan the Ruined Wolf. Should what I told you reach other ears, I shall take your tongue. What do you want to know? What brought the Space Wolves to the Expanse? Or how I ended up in the non-human's Dark City? An Inquisitor by the name of Calcazar put out a call for aid. My Wolf Lord did not refuse him, and had 2 packs deployed to the Expanse. We never trusted this ally. But a blood debt for a service rendered in the past forced our hand. He saved our brother who had lost the pack and was unable to look after himself or the chapter's honor. Calcazar returned our brother to Fenris and kept secret the misfortune that had befallen him. The Jarl knew that the Inquisitor's actions were driven by opportunism, and the desire to have us mighty warriors in his debt. But honor forced him to be hospitable to the stranger, and swear an oath of friendship. The Inquisition. Pah! Rats, scurrying around the Allfather's house and ruling it in the Master's absence. Cowards they are. The last into battle, but the first on any war council. We saw what they were worth in the months of shame. An ancient strife. If you do not know of it, then you are not supposed to know. We also decided to be cautious. His words flowed like honey, and he seemed an honorable man. But lies always look like truth, don't they? That arrogant chief thought he could give us orders. But we wolves have always followed our own instincts and hunted in our own way. I wager that boiled his blood. In warm furs, the old man does shroud his body. In cloaks of secrets woven, shrouds the sly man his plans. To know his dire purpose, swallow not the words of poison, but his gristle. We had gone on a raid for Xenos prisoners and fell into a trap. We had no war machines to support us, and some of our squad were wounded. So, we were forced to retreat. I ordered my battle brothers to leave, but I remained behind to meet our guests. I do not know how many of the feeble wretches I slew, but I would have killed even more had their towering piles of bodies not hindered me in combat. They wounded me and captured me. They froze the joints in my armor. When they dragged me to their ship, 2 of my battle brothers descended up the Xenos and tried to free me. An insane plan, but it almost succeeded. Almost. And so there were 3 of us taken captive. And then there were 2. And then I was alone once again. They fell with honor. Their saga is one I will not sing to you. You have spilled no blood with them, nor shared with them meat unmewed. Their spirits might be outraged if they knew I had sung of their deeds to a stranger. Yes, so am I. These are dark days you are asking about, Ed Vater. Let my keen-edged friend be a witness to the ferocity of my words. I was given to Tarvantius for his amusement in the arenas of Camorra. Astartes are a rarity, and he sent me out there to kill gladiators. Living as an inglorious butcher and a Xenos' puppet, I hated it constantly, every moment. I had to take care of my mind before it was twisted to the seven hells. Every morning I made entreaties to the Allfather, and every night I appealed to Ross. I trained my body, read the litanies, and in the darkest moments I recited my own saga. I recalled every battle, every wound, every brother. And that is how I survived. I always survive. This was a bleak saga, Edvator. Instinct bids me to remain silent. Such knowledge is not to be shared with just anyone. Only those who possess my complete trust. Fenris Hjolda, Edvator.
Relief to be talking to you again. Your soul shines like the gold of the sun in the darkness of this place. And yet, you did not abandon me in the darkness, even though you could have. You did not end my life, even though your heart was in the grip of a coal-black vice, and your reason was enmeshed in a crimson web. You gave me the strength to cast off the shackles that Felix Cunning had closed around my soul, to tear down the prison of my own fears. And I wish to repay you in kind. To cast the fading purple of this place from your shoulders, to break the brown collar that is choking you. That is, of course, if you permit me to. This is much better, isn't it? Can words ever describe the joy of being free? As for the rest, don't worry about it. I am the blood of House Orcelio, its heiress, and I will overcome any ordeal to return us to the Expanse. Somewhere in the middle of the Dark City, I suppose. They say the human mind cannot fathom the bounds of this place, for the Imperium's largest hives look like grains of sand in comparison. A webway gate built by the ancient Eldari is the only way in. I think you realize as well as I do what that means for us. There was only pitch darkness inside the Homunculus' artifact. But there is scarcely any more light in the streets of the Dark City, in whose blue-black haze I am almost blinded by pain. Clumps of brown and dark green blend with the settling ash of misery, all woven together in a tapestry of every shade of darkness. It was real, Lord Captain. I must confess, I have been hounded by eerie strangers for many years. In my dreams, visions, and warp scryings, they try to reach me. They are tormented. They shout something I cannot make out. And one of those strangers, the most frightening one, is a woman who always stands aside and merely looks on in disapproval. Unlike the others, her image manifested itself more clearly each time. The refined features of her elderly face, the long white hair, the empty eye sockets glowing scarlet, and a third eye, the eye of a navigator. Once, in the middle of a warp voyage, the old woman dashed toward me and started strangling me. Praised be his mercy, for I was able to banish her to the fringes of my consciousness at that moment. However, that only angered the old woman. I began to see her ever more often, in shadows, at the edge of my vision, in my own reflection. And it was she, too, who waited for me in the darkness of the homunculus's cage. I know it for certain. Now, you know the last of my secrets, Lord Captain. Do you think I'm going insane? I had the same exact thoughts. But is that not a wild conjecture, even for a navigator? Or am I simply going insane, as unworthy scions of my family have? Try not to squander that sky blue fabric of hope, Lord Captain. For others' colors, too, lighten when they are close to you.
You want to know how and to what end I orchestrated all of this? Ask your questions. When Irimaris ordered us to lay waste to the monkey settlements, Tazara and I encountered resistance. I have hunted your kin too long not to notice how well you in particular were fending off our attacks. The rout in Tazara's arena, the appearance at the plundered vessel. Your kind are usually powerless against us, but not on that occasion. I began to suspect that you could not have managed it without outside help. Help from our side. I began sending out spies and assassins. My eyes and ears infiltrated your vessel, your cities, and they discovered a trail that led back to one of your worlds. A trail that ended with a burned monkey, the source of the information about where and when my cabal was going to strike. A little trickery to draw you away from the planet. And I had your little informant in my grasp. How the information was reaching his agents, the burned monkey himself did not even know. But based on the units involved and other details, it was clear. No monkey in real space could have gathered such specifics about raid complements and objectives. No, it was inconceivable. The information was being fed to you by my own kind, and I knew who. Irimeris Aziriesh, Archon of the Reaving Tempest, my former mistress. A cowardly bitch who punishes anyone who threatens her grip on power. I knew that to win a war against her, I would need the support of the Reaving Tempest's patron, the Cabal of the Black Heart. So I allied with Nazrake, who presided over the trial. I promised him that Irimeris would be humiliated. I promised him evidence. A lowly monkey that would disgrace Irimeris in the eyes of the Archons. For that performance, I needed you. Of course. If I'm not mistaken, you met the infiltrator yourself. A Cabalite who left a lava from Tavantius in one of the monkey. Or did you never work out the reason for the treachery during the raid on your ship so long ago now? Then there is no need for me to mention the sleeper agents hidden on your worlds. Overthrowing an Archon is far from easy, even one who has already tarnished her reputation. Every member of a Cabal has their supporters, and Irimeris is no exception. Nazrake promised me a sham trial in the Obsidian Court with a predetermined outcome. Irimeris should have been convicted and dethroned. I was supposed to take her place and turn the Reaving Tempest into a loyal vassal of the Black Heart. Nazrake was supposed to be the axe that fell on her neck. But it fell on mine instead. It was devious and worthy of praise, but why? A secret pact with Irimeris, or is there another reason? I will tear the answer from his throat along with his final breath. It must be said that Nazrake did not have to try very hard to turn the court against me. Not after the stunt you pulled before the assembled Archons. Who? I have no idea what you saw in your stupor. The homunculus's creature does not elicit specific images. It muddles your mind, forcing it to paint suitable pictures evoking confusion or fear. Neither Tavantius nor I care about fussy monkey rituals. The lava must have created a suitable environment for you. One in which you would be more willing to answer my questions in the Obsidian Court. What do any of my kind do in real space? We were reaping. Kamara was clamoring for meat. The Dark City had suffered losses in the latest disjunction. We needed sources of sweet pain to prime its minds and bodies. When the Archon bade my Cabal collect the harvest from the region, I did not suspect that it would turn into this game between you and me. Conspiring? No. There was no plot between us. She merely rushed to my bait. At first, I planned to use the one you trusted, the burned monkey with whom we had spent long hours awaiting your arrival. But my cousin was so swift. Afterward, she tracked down the monkey, killed him, and took the device that he had been using to contact me. I planted the first poisoned seeds in her soul back at our first meeting. I dropped a hint that I knew what had become of her world. I lured her in and left her with you. Time took care of the rest. That and an unpleasant discovery aboard your own ship. I did not ask her to hand you over to me. No, doing that would have made my poor cousin doubt herself even more than she was already. I simply told her where to seek out the traces of her craft world and the answers to her questions. A favor for a kinswoman, nothing more. And then I made ready for your arrival. For the only way she would reach that place was with you. When a monkey is left alone with me and my art of pain, I plunge them into a deep well of suffering from which they will do anything to escape. Your kind have fragile souls. Your convictions and principles are a delusion that lends a mirage of meaning to your lives. Achilles and I had plenty of time alone together before your arrival. When he went out to meet you, he was already mine. I bought his loyalty with a promise to never touch his body or his mind ever again. I know it exists. I know that my cabal found it, helpless and stationary, unable to protect its sons and daughters. I know that Iliad's kin began showing up as prisoners in the Reaving Tempest's spire, where they were fonts of exquisite, delightful pain. I spent too much time beyond the limits of our home to learn more than that. But that was enough to tempt Iliad with false hope. Why do you say that? I promised to reunite her with her kin. A long-awaited reunion in a torture chamber. I find that very touching. They would have had so much to discuss. But there would have been time for fun as well. We cousins get together so rarely, after all. We've already had words. I have no reason to conceal the truth now. Iliad has outlived her usefulness to me. Watching her face as she learned the truth was priceless. Mandrakes. A foul breed that lurks in the bowels of Camorra. Their ability to find paths through the shadows was put to good use. I promised them forbidden trophies from the Reaving Tempest's coffers once I am Archon. Let them come for what they're owed. They will regret it. Did you not hear me when I answered you the first time? I do not like to repeat myself. Then what else do you need? The continuation of my existence. When I lost my standing, I became fair game for anyone tempted by the prospect of slaying a disgraced Cabalite. For vengeance or just for the pleasure of the kill. In Camorra, a lone Drukhari is a target. My talents may be prodigious, but I held no illusions about my chances. You cannot hope to understand the intricacies of Camorra and how it is structured. We are all each other's allies and worst enemies here. Towers of strength and duplicitous traitors both. The cults have always been half a step below the cabals in the hierarchy. and the witches relished the chance to abuse someone who once looked down on them. If our conversation is finished... I had no intention of ending my days playing the role of meat in the arena. And then you blithely offered me an alliance after what I'd done to you. Why? That is true. But I'm not merely a hireling. It is strange you did not consider that when you offered me an alliance. But it does not matter. The Dark City is the bastion of the Drukhari, the most magnificent of all our strongholds. The Cabals, witch cults, and the Incubi inhabit the place, with swarms of scourges flying overhead and a myriad of misfits and horrors, including the covens of the homunculi wallowing underfoot. Which do you want to know about? The Cabals are the foundation upon which rests the power of the one who rules Gamora, as Drubile Vect. Whether it is a mob of berserkers or an organized cartel, their essence is the same. An army of killers, ready to ravage entire worlds at the behest of their leaders, or to rip out the throats of a neighboring cabal in a war declared by the Archons. What more do you need to know that you have not already beheld with your own eyes? They are the mistresses of the arenas, and they're the gladiators who feed the audience in their ravenous agony with exquisite spectacles. Cults often travel to real space on the Cabal's raids to revel in the pain and to capture fresh meat for their arenas. The aloof Incubi. They dedicate their lives to the art of killing, so much so that they do not plot or chase after delicious torment. All their hatred and longing for suffering are channeled toward perfecting their skill. Winged Drukhari, who have chosen to go through an agonizing process to become such a monstrosity. They escort raiding ships and inflict the first strike on the enemy. In Gamora, these creatures huddled in flocks so that they do not fall victim to the more formidable of their kin. Artists of the flesh who prefer to hide away in their laboratories and create nightmares from the materials their servants supply. Engines of pain, grotesques, racks, all are the fruits of their subtle craft. On a mountain of bodies, bathing in our enemies' tears and blood. Do not deceive yourself by thinking we will escape this place alive without violence. I, for one, hope that there will be plenty of it. But there is one unfortunate detail. An Arabenian has stepped into your path, one of Kegarak's tribe, who lurk in the tangle of the webway. I've heard them called harlequins in your tongue. The one that appeared in the Obsidian Court is the most dangerous and unpredictable of all. I'm beginning to think that his visit is a sign that the events unfolding around us have not been left to chance. Perhaps they are the result of interference at the behest of the highest authority. They have not, to my deepest regret. Perhaps it is I who should try to show some initiative now. Do not keep me waiting too long. My weapon is tired of languishing in its sheath.
You came back from the dark, Elentark? Unharmed. So says a butterfly struggling in the Dark City's web. I will be close, Elentark. And I will support you in the coming trials, if you choose to let me.
my options open.
Better kill more than any of you!
Isn't this a job for the serfs? I am a navigator, not a servitor. Isn't this a job for the serfs?
So it shall be. Feel the icy bite of death!
Me? If you insist, Lord Captain.
Faith without deeds is worthless. That's why I was chosen. As the Emperor commands, I act. I'll do it. As the Emperor commands, I act. I'll do it. Doubt is for the weak. This is why I so none can escape the Emperor's judgment. As the Emperor commands, I act. In thy light I stand, and thy light I crave.
I am not your Xenos pet, monkey. This tedium is beneath me.
None can do this better than a warrior of the All-Father. I in disgrace! I hunger for battle. So it shall be!
Oblivion approaches. His hand.
On it. Who if not me? You should have thought twice before crossing me.
If I may, another fire tinted black.
Suffer exquisitely. Do not plead for death. You will be no taste of anguish. You'll suffer yet another monkey to pay. Time to die, monkey. The sound of frightened prey. No death.
How many foes have you, Alantak?
I'm not accustomed to being ordered around. Me? If you insist, Lord Captain. Isn't this a job for the serfs?
Faith without deeds is worthless.
Me? If you insist, Lord Captain. I am a navigator, not a servitor.
Injured. I'm enraged. As the Emperor commands, I act. I'll do it. I refuse. As the Emperor commands. This is unacceptable. I will not. Doubt is for the weak. Pain cleanses the body.
My hand is thunder! My strike is ruin! Give this task to someone else! I will revel in agony. I'll make you time to die. Yet another monkey to play
frightened. Your death is approaching. You will not masterpiece.
Dare you? If I may.
As the Emperor commands, I act. It's why I was chosen. Faith without deeds is worthless.
I'm not accustomed to being ordered around. Me? If you insist, Lord Captain.
The fame-hungry come! Feel the icy bite of death! Comes play! I will come!
The sour fighters die long. Tantalizing. I will bathe in your scream. A feast of terror. I'll revel in this massacre. I will revel in your I bring back this massacre. I'll revel in it. You're the sound of fighters. Tantalizing. You're dead. You know the taste of anguish. Feed for swift death. Yet another your name. A feast of terror. Rave in your screams. I'll savor your suffering.
You don't belong in this galaxy.
Do not plead for swift death.
Not a servant. That is foolishness. Me. If you insist, Lord Captain.
I'll do it. As the Emperor commands, I act. Doubt is for the weak.
Pay for this in blood.
Faith without deeds is worthless.
I'll return the pain tenfold.
Vator does not become prey!
I'll do it. As the Emperor commands, I act. Doubt is for the weak. Faith without deeds is worthless.
I'll show you the real pain.
That is why I was chosen.
I'll return the pain tenfold.
I understand your intent.
Woe to you!
I am not your Xenos pet, monster. If it serves your cause.
I will herd the prey.
I'll return the pain tenfold.
Behold! Watch! Behold!
High momentum. So shall it be. Wolves reign! See how you become
You
the
call this a
ultimate
strike?
worthy instrument! By claw and fang, the foe will be torn asunder!
You will pay for this in blood.
None!
Defense is a good
Are
offense!
you really that incompetent?
I'll show you the real pain.
I'll make it happen. Should have thought twice before crossing me.
High momentum.
Isn't this a job for the serfs? I'm not accustomed to being ordered around. In the name of House Orcelio, I shall prevail.
I challenge you, damn get. Cubs,
Your last stroke of luck!
my strike is ruin. Wolves reign. See how my hand is thunder. My strike is ruin. Feel the icy bite of death in disgrace! The wolf is on the hunt.
If I may.
Is that all you've got?
As the Emperor commands, I act. I'll do it. Pain cleanses the body. I refuse. This is unacceptable. As the Emperor commands, I act. Power resides in the will of the righteous. Doubt is for the weak. That's why I was chosen. You, my Emperor. I'll do it.
Your skill is lacking.
You, my Emperor. Faith without deeds is worthless. As the Emperor commands, I act. You, my Emperor!
You will perish for this affront. I move as if unseen. I am not your Xenos pet, monkey. This tedium is beneath me.
Try harder!
Slow and painful is the way. It is handled with grace and malice. It would be beneath me to even attempt it.
None can do this better than a... My hand is thunder! My strike is ruin! So shall it be. Wolves reign.
Low momentum.
Feel the icy bite of death!
The abominable filth is down.
Our foes reek of cowardice.
Rise to the top, or get...
The All-Father created me for carnage, not for this.
my blade!
I will wipe your disgusting presence out of existence!
I can hear your pulse, little thing.
Isn't this a job for the serfs?
Your skill is
I
lacking.
am a navigator, not a servitor.
I can't lose.
If I must.
I'll return the pain tenfold.
I understand your intent.
I'm not accustomed to being ordered
Your
around.
skill is lacking.
I am not your Xenos pet. Another soul slips beyond the veil. If it serves your cause.
I stand your torment.
Guided by faith!
Let me educate you on the art of pain.
Doubt is for the weak. Why I was
You've
chosen.
unleashed my fury.
Rejoice in battle!
A word for a flesh grinder.
Killing is mine. Know you the real pain. I thirst for your torment. Skill is lacking.
Did the All-Father take your sight or your mind? Excuse ya! My Caroline hide is strong!
I will tear your heart out for this.
A euphoria of anguish! Watch. With grace and finesse.
High momentum.
See how the wolf succeeds!
I'll show you the real pain.
Finish shoulder! Wolf's Rain! I will carve runes out of your bones!
Submit.
Feel the icy bite of death! Die in disgrace! Comes play! I hunger for battle!
It's as good as done. I'll see to it personally. You never stood a chance. I'll make it happen.
I will not submit.
Accept your lot. I'll see to it personally. Who, if not me? I'll see to it personally. On it. The best defense is a good offense.
Let me educate you on the art of pain. You're still
That's all you've got? Watch it, you rotten, stinking sons of trolls! The fortress does not become prey! It's better to hunt alone than with you! Stinking sons of trolls! When Fenris is in battle, oceans bleed! Like a bomb!
If I may.
Pleasure.
Don't frighten me. I'll show you why navigators are feared.
None! I have become the All-Father's weapon! I will carve runes out of your bones! The fame-hungry come!
I'll return the pain tenfold.
Die in disgrace!
Isn't this a job for the serfs? If only that were possible.
If I must.
I'll show you the real pain.
This tedium is beneath me. I am not your Xenos pet monkey.
The enemies of the Emperor will be undone! I'll do it. None can escape the Emperor's judgment.
Momentum.
As the Emperor commands, I act.
I'll show you
Is
the
it
real
correct?
pain.
Alone than with you!
In thy light I stand, and thy light I crave. That is not the Emperor's will. I will bathe this battlefield in righteous fury!
Your skill is
I'll do it.
lacking.
Faith without deeds is worthless.
You will pay for this in
As
blood.
the Emperor commands, I act. I'll do it. Guided by faith. None could escape the
Your
Emperor's
skill
judgment.
is lacking.
As the Emperor commands, I act. Faith without deeds is worthless. Strike is a prayer. I'll do it.
High momentum.
As the Emperor commands, I act.
Behold,
I'll return the pain tenfold.
don't distract me. I am the Reaving Tempest incarnate! Perfect killing strike. I will savor your delectable anguish.
Well, that was a waste of a medikit. I'm on your side, remember?
Plaything. Reckon already?
Wolves raid! See how the wolf succeeds!
I'll return the pain tenfold.
He's as good as done. I'll see to it personally. Your end was inevitable. Always keep your eye on the prize.
You delegate this menial task to me.
Duty prevails.
Thank grass for my sharp senses.
I always have a backup plan. Let us not dawdle.